What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about this J.J. Abrams cut, or the J.J. cut, or the Abrams cut. I've seen all three. I've seen J.J., I've seen Abrams, I've seen J.J. Abrams. So I don't know what it's officially called. Maybe I'll look it up for the title purposes of this video. But I want to talk about how I just believe it's the biggest fake news thing you could possibly do. I want to laugh at it a little bit too, because I believe the post was taken down. The person, I think, even deleted their account, or at least deleted the post itself, so you can't find it anymore. Bounding into Comics kind of broke it down a little bit. I don't think they said everything, because I'm pretty sure I saw Nerderotic had a picture of the entire thing. What it really sounds like is somebody who, and you know what? Granted, because I was going to say, like, somebody who's looking for attention. Granted, they got my attention. Granted, they got actually a lot of people's attention. That's always the funny thing with this thing, is like, we don't want to give them too much attention, and yet it is fun and in a way important to talk about these kind of things. And then there's videos made about it, and then you'll have people comment and stuff saying, like, you're just giving this person more attention. I mean, in a way, I feel like it's completely harmless what this person did, because it made me happy in a laughing at it kind of way, okay, if you guys know what I mean. So, like, I don't really have any ill will towards this person. I think that they saw the Snyder cut, they're seeing the Ayer cut, all this kind of stuff, and they just want to make a name for themselves, so they're going to post all this stuff. So, look, I don't believe whatsoever this J.J. Abrams cut. It sounds very much like the Snyder cut. They don't say it in this article, Bounding into Comics, but again, like Nerderotic's thing, I remember seeing them say something along the lines of, like, if you're not a J.J. Abrams fan, you won't like it, but if you are, you will, which is exactly what people said about the Snyder cut. Like, it's more Zack Snyder. If you don't like him, you're not going to like it. If you do like him, this is going to be like the greatest day of your life. You know what I mean? So, like, yes, I will admit, like, if it is real, that is probably something you would say, where it's like, hey, it's 4 hours long. That's another thing, which, by the way, 4 hours, Justice League is 4 hours, kind of odd. Why does everything have to be 4 hours if there's, like, a cut edition of it? You know what I mean? So I think there's a weird coincidence of it being 4 hours. But, I mean, yeah, if there was such a thing, I could imagine them saying something like that. Again, though, I just don't think there is. The thing with this is, and what's kind of funny about it is, there are some, like, decent things that this quote-unquote leaker, which I just think he's a guesser, okay, he's just, again, he's trying to make stuff up. I mean, he comes up with some okay stuff. Some of the stuff is okay. He talked about Palpatine, and by the way, a lot of the stuff he did say, I feel like he picked specifically because we had heard rumors of what the script, and even when, we kind of have a different version of Episode 9 already, I think that's what he kind of went off of, because he mentioned Palpatine, how he was really just supposed to be a cameo, but then, when they started getting, like, going with him, he was like a spirit, then he wasn't, then he was all this, all that, which were rumors of Episode 9. Remember that he was actually just a spirit, that he was trapped in the Wayfinder that they were looking for, and then when they got that, then his, like, spirit comes out. He would possess Matt Smith, who would be, I believe he was supposed to be one of the Knights of Ren, which I did say Matt Smith would be in this movie. But again, I think they're just taking everything we've ever heard about this movie, whether things were true or not true. And I don't even know if Matt Smith ever filmed anything. Okay, now you guys will have to let me know, if you know, anything more than I do. But, like, I don't ever remember that. I know he was, like, gonna be a part of it, but I don't know, did they ever, like, go into filming with him? So, like, I just feel like they're taking everything we've ever heard, putting it all together and saying this is what it was gonna be. Poe was gonna be interested in Finn, but then he was gonna let Finn be with Rey at the end. He was still gonna, and then he would go with Zori, so he'd kind of be, like, going back and forth. He'd be very fluid, okay? You'd have Finn's story being a bit more, but again, like, the funny thing I was mentioning a few minutes ago, like, the funny thing is, it sounds like just more garbage, and I've seen a lot of people say that, like, it's just, like, I don't know, when people bag down the Snyder cut, some people, and I really just feel like, even, like, the critics who did that, and I predicted, like, we would get that. Some critics we saw said, like, it's, like, the same terrible movie, but double as long. I don't agree with that at all. I think it's, under any lens, I would say, much, much, much better than 2017's Justice League, okay? But, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying you can't have that opinion. For this, though, I really think it's more of a unanimous, like, opinion of people, where it's like, yeah, if they did this, okay, it would just be more garbage. The thing that Episode 9 did, that I've actually said this before, I've seen other people say it before, like, everybody kind of hates this film. Now, okay, if you like the sequel trilogy, if you like 8, if you like 9, I have nothing against you, okay? There are some really, I would say, good things to like about 9 in particular. I actually do like a lot of things in 9. I hate, like truly despise also a lot of things in 9. It's a very love-hate movie that overall I definitely despise, and I don't want to ever watch it again. I've watched it, I think, like 3-4 times, but I can respect some good things. And I feel like if people tell me the things they like about it, we would maybe agree on it, but I just think other things hold it back. But the point is, Episode 8 was very divisive. I hated it. I know, other people hated it, and some people on the internet would make you seem like that was just a small group. Remember, actually, we were considered Russian trolls back in the day. If you gave the movie a bad score, if you said bad things, they literally said that we were Russian trolls. So that was very funny back at the time. What they were really hiding it from is, no, it wasn't necessarily a 50-50 split, but it upset a lot of people. And it absolutely fractured the fan base more than any other Star Wars movie, and probably more than any other thing in any franchise. There's no better way to fracture a fan base of any property, game, movie, TV ever, or even like music, than that movie, Episode 8. But the thing with Episode 9 was people that liked 8 hated 9 because it really reversed a lot of the stuff that 8 did, and then people who hated 8, I think, still hated 9. Truly. I mean, I'm only one of them, but I know a lot of people. I actually know some people that liked 8, didn't like 9, and I know a lot of people that hated 8 that still hated 9. I think 9, in a lot of ways, is a much worse movie than 8. I think it's better in some ways, but in a lot of ways, it's a lot worse. So, like, that's the funny thing, and that's like when you have this, Abrams cut, it's like, who would want to see this? Nobody is pleased, I'd say, overall with this sequel trilogy. I mean, even if you liked it, I think there's probably, if I asked you, could you have improved upon it? I think you'd all say yes, you know what I mean? And I don't think an Abrams cut would fix the problems. You know what I mean? I don't think it would really improve things all that much. Another funny tidbit, and this could be one of the last things I say, at the end of the leak, the leaker made it clear that it doesn't have nearly as much support as the Snyder cut, and he doesn't ever see it happening. Okay, so like the funny thing is, like, he goes on this whole, and again, like it could be real. I'm not saying like it's 100% confirmed that it's not real, because we don't know that, but it's just funny that he goes through all this stuff. He talks about how like the 4-hour cut is like it was before they did the reshoots, so like none of the reshoots are a part of it, which again sounds a lot like Justice League. He talked about George Lucas's influence and impact on it, all this stuff, but he goes through all of these, again, things that would have been changed and added, and all, and the different dynamic between Rey and Kylo, the difference of how Kylo would go out, Kylo and Leia, all this stuff. But at the end, he's like, yeah, but there's really nobody who would want this thing, so it's never going to happen. So almost kind of guarding his back, where it's like, yeah, I know I just made all of this stuff up, but because there's no way it'll ever happen, or not, like, well, it's like, it's weird to say that, right? Like, it'll never happen, but there may not even be talk about it at all, because like it could be real and you would never talk about it, or it could not be real, in which case obviously you wouldn't talk about it. And so he's kind of just like guarding himself, you know what I mean? Kind of funny, I would say very funny, actually. So I got a good laugh at reading it, I guess the parts that I read. Again, like I saw some of Nerdrotic's thing where I saw, most of it. It's hilarious. I don't think it's real whatsoever. I wouldn't want it. I mean, I'm always going to be on the side, and I have said this, like, I'll always support directors being able to have their final vision, okay? So, like, the Ayer cut, while I don't think the movie would be good whatsoever, and I don't really want it, like, at all, I support the idea behind it, because I do think he should be able to do it. With that being said, every movie in the history of cinema, besides like a handful, normally there is some interference. You know what I mean? The director does not have 100% say in any movie. Even like, I would even say, well, I don't know this for a fact, but like Quentin Tarantino, right? Like, he's obviously very high up there. I don't even know if he has 100% say on every single thing that happens in a movie. You know what I mean? So that's like literally the way it is. I mean, I'm sure many movies would probably be a little bit better if the director just had his version of it. But like, what, you're going to give a different cut for every movie that's ever released? Because that's what you would need to do to kind of make things right. So, like, if there is an Abrams cut, I would support him doing it, because I support directors being able to tell their vision. I just think it'd still be terrible. I absolutely wouldn't want it. I'd watch it out of like to laugh at it for sure. But I just, I mean, it's a very conflicting thoughts, I guess. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think this is just a bunch of fake news? Do you think it's actually real? Did you hate the sequel trilogy? Which one? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on this channel every single day. And so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.